you have what it takes to be a proper helmsman, we may be willing to make an exception. state-of-the-art dioramas chronicling harrowing moments from Tempest, especially harrowing for the rock boy. That's also me. Do you know how many hours it takes to pump seawater out of a bull straight? Thanks for listening. These announcements are a real pick-me-up. It helps me get a handle on things. Privileged guests, we are about to begin. Please finish your drinks, take stock of your interdimensional bits and bobs, and conclude all use of the facilities. For without further ado, may we present your
hello, and snap if you can hear me. Oh, that's what I like to hear. Oh, look at you, look at you. Peter! What's up? It's so good to see you. It's been ages. Oh. Everybody, this is my friend Peter Papaya. We have done so many shows together. Oh, that's so great. It's so good to see you. Oh, and for all of you that I haven't met yet, my name is Haylee. Hi. Hi, how's it going? High five. I like your enthusiasm. Now, let's get started. Gather around the fire, where it's nice and toasty warm, and we're going to start with a story. Some of you may know this one, and some of you may not. Can you hear me there, Starburst? Okay, good, okay, good. All right. Now, this is a story called The Decamp. Have you heard of it before? Oh, good! This is just for you, then. Once upon a time, many, many moons ago, there was a group of young and gorgeous souls sitting around a campfire, telling each other stories while they waited out the bubonic plague. The end. That's a very sped-up, abbreviated version, but I have to say there's a little ring of truth to that, don't you think? Oh, yes, I knew you would. I have another story for you, and this one starts with the truth. I am home right now. Raise your hand if you're at home. Oh, I knew it. I'm actually, believe it or not, standing in the middle of my living room. I am not barefoot today because it is cold here in LA. And by cold, I mean like a pretty moderate temperature, but I'm weak and therefore I'm freezing. And right now it is evening. So if you hear any meowing, that is because it is dinner time in this household, and I have a poor and dramatic starving cat who hasn't been fed in a couple of hours and is demanding dinner. And sometimes she likes to let her presence be known. Let's just say that. Now, I have another truth for you. And this one's a little bit heavy today, because I'm a professional dancer and actor. And I have not been on a real stage in over a year. And it just kind of hits me differently today, you know? And, well, to tide myself over, I started working on a piece called The Tempest by William Shakespeare. You know, to keep my mind sharp. And I'm finally at the place with this play where I'm ready to get the scenes off of the page and into the world, and this is where you come into play. You are going to help me act out some scenes. Look at the little workshop, a little rehearsal. Are you all down? All right. Well, then let's get started. Let's set our stage. Let's pretend my balcony is a stage. Actually, scratch that. Let's pretend my balcony is the Globe in London. A multi-leveled stadium. Open air. You know, us poor groundlings would scrounge up a penny to stand right here in the pit or the yard of the Globe. Meanwhile, the noblemen would sit on the stage with the actors. AKA the original splash zone. Do you know why it's the original splash zone? Exactly, spit and sweat. Like, have you ever seen an actor perform? They spit and they sweat a lot because stage lights are super hot. And because it is Shakespeare, you know, at some point there's going to be a fight and there will be fake blood everywhere like a sprinkler system. So, we're actually safer here in the pit or the yard, you know what I mean? So, The Tempest is a very particular show. And it opens in a very dramatic way. You there, Shorty Pants, who's been a little bit quiet and polite, tell me if you've heard of something more dramatic than this, okay? The Tempest opens like this. The actors are sailors, and they're on a boat in the ocean, in the middle of a storm, and this storm is not caused by natural occurrences in the atmosphere. This storm is caused by a mythic being by the name of Ariel. How's that for an opening scene? What do you think about that? High drama, exactly. So, we are going to start right here with the opening. Now, I'm going to need a few of you on special effects duty. Who would like to be on special effects? Peter, And you there, and you there. Okay, follow me. Just let me skip over this fire. There we go. One for you, darling. One for you, tall, swirly, twirly, and one for you. Good, so with these very high-tech torches, you can snap them on, you can snap them off, and it will create the effect of lightning. That leaves you, and you, and you as my sailors, my actors. Are you ready to set to sea? Oh, they are. Excellent. I'm going to send you up, and as soon as you hear me yell action, I need you to start running around with your arms flailing like this, and like maybe you're like screaming your head off and panicking, and you're like, OMG, I think I'm about to die, okay? Oh, you're so down to do it. Oh, love your enthusiasm. I like that excitement. All right, I'm going to send you up to the stage, and we will get started. All right. Special effects. The lights are off. Actors, find an opening pose. Good. The curtains open. The lights come on. A tempestuous noise of thunder and lightning is heard. And action! Hi, my hearts! Cheerily, cheerily, my hearts! Yar, yar! Take down the topsail. Tend to the master's whistle. Blow till thy burst thy wind, if room enough. Good! Panic! Run around! And bring down the topmast and bring her to try with main course. Good. And bring the ship back to main course. And everybody to the railing. And swim to shore. Swim to shore. Good. And the curtains close. The lights go off. And the crowd goes wild. Bravo, my actors. Give my special effects team a round of applause. They set that atmosphere so well for you. Now, I have to say, there is something so magical about theater. I mean, you just turned my balcony into an ocean. How cool is that? Also, on the note of magic, your mask contains a little bit of magic. Did you know that? No? Well, we'll unlock it right now in our opening ritual. Oh dear. There we go. Take a little piece of wood and pass it along. Until we all have a twig. Take one, pass it along. There we are. Take one, pass it along. Take one, pass it along. Good. Do we all have one? Excellent. Fabulous. All right, let's all remove our mask. Let's let our little piece of wood hover in our mask. You can let go and it will float all on its own. Snap once above it to ignite it. And circle the perimeter of your mask in a counterclockwise direction. Keep circling it. Keep circling. Oh, yes! Oh! Do you see that vessel there? Oh, you have performed to the point that the Tempest I bade thee. Oh, by accident most strange. Bountiful fortune, hath mine enemies been brought to this shore. Now all of you go make thyself like a nymph of the sea, be subject to no one's sight but thine and mine, naked to every eyeball else. And go take this form. Now, let's summon our Ariel. I need your help. Thrust your hands to the heavens. Yell at the top of your lungs so you disrupt your neighbors and they get a little bit mad at you. Ariel! Approach! We come! I boarded the king's ship. Now on the peak. Now in the waist. On the deck. In every cabin. The fire and cracks, the sulphurous roaring. The most mighty Neptune seemed besieged and made his bold waves tremble. Yea, his dread trident shake. Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad, and played tricks of desperation. Oh, but mariners, plunging into the foaming brine, and quit the vessel. And Ferdinand, the king's son, was the first man who leaped and cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here." I hear them dim, dark, pale. Whoa, that was wild. That was Ariel, who we summoned, that sings and, brings that Tempest about. But now we have to ask ourselves, what about the Tempest itself? Like, what about the actual story? So I've brought you here to Prospera's cell. And before we begin, I know exactly what you're going to say, Peter Papaya, but what do you think of my Prospera costume? It's fabulous. It's still fabulous. After months of sitting on the costume rack, it still looks fabulous, right? You like it, Boots? All right, well, let's get started. So, thank you. My magical staff. My costume is now complete. Thank you. So, this isn't any ordinary cell. This is in fact my memory palace. Are you all familiar with the memory palace? No? Okay. Well, a memory palace is something that you construct in your imagination, and it helps you remember things. So, each little knick-knack that you see on my bookshelf contains a memory. Or, in this case, text of Prospera's. Now, when I'm learning a new character, there's something very important you need to know. I use a thing called a mantra. And Prospera's mantra is this: those who control the narrative controls others. Oh my goodness, you have seen this show so many times, you have that mantra memorized? All right, Boots, I know you do too. Do you want to hear it one more time? Okay. Those who control the narrative controls others. So this little mantra tells us that, Prospera is kind of a manipulative sort of gal, right? Yeah, I'd say so. So, I'm going to ask you to meander about my cell. You'll get 30 seconds to find a little knick-knack that speaks to you, and then I will bring thee to the present of how Prospera, the former Duke of Milan, came to be in exile. Now, go find a knick-knack! Whatever knick-knack speaks to you, pick one, anyone, and we're going to start with the magical staff. Good. But just hold tight, because hold it tight. I want to wait for everybody else to reconvene. All right, everybody back. Okay, let's start with, the quill. The power of a signature. Great place to start. It is true. With the help from the kingdom of Naples, my brother Antonio did usurp me and set me to sea with my daughter Miranda. Yikes. The coin. Hold that coin up for everybody to see. My brother Antonio made an alliance so dry he was persuaded by the king of Naples to give him annual tribute and do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown, and the dukedom bend. The dukedom yet unbound, alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping. And you, hold up that ivy. Thank you. My brother Antonio, holding both the key to officer and office, did set the hearts of the state to the tune that pleased his own ear, and being the ivy that hid my princessly trunk, sucked the verdure out on it. Good, thank you so much. The pot. Well, this one doesn't have any text because Shakespeare, you know. So, when I was in exile, or when I was at sea with my daughter Miranda, this is the pot that we would, you might not want to eat that, because that's where we did our bathroom business, because, yeah, you might want to wash that mouth out. Sorry. Ooh, what is this? What do you have there? A broken vase. Most valuable. An artifact from the before times. And as you can see in this cell, you know, I have come from riches to rags, and this beautiful broken vase is an example of that. And you can see in this cell that I'm trying to approximate the luxuries I once lived amongst. Now, last but not least, wait a second. Who here is brand spanking new to the show Tempest? You and Shorty Pants. Okay. Well, then that means I will give this to you. Shorty Pants, you get the staff, and the two of them, just because they're new. You know what I mean? Just because they're new. You're also new here, too? Okay. Then you need to hold onto this as well. Hold on to the growler. Good. And now both of you look into it. Is your magic working? Do you see anything in... You do? You do see something in there? Okay, good. Everybody, let's view it together. Come over this way. Now, I need the two of you on the count of 3 to throw the bottle into the memory pond, and I need you there, Shorty Pants, to stir the water of the pond. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Chuck it in. Ah, yes. Stir. Ah, my people provided my escape aboard a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged nor tackled, sail nor mast. The very rats instinctively put it. There they hoist us to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity sighing back again did us but loving wrong. And there I am with my daughter Miranda. Oh, Miranda, do you see her there sleeping so peacefully? Like a little angel. I have to say, it is just so endearing when you watch a child sleep, right? My Miranda, I have done nothing but in care of thee. Thee, my loved one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, that I, Prospera, a master of a full poor cell, and did I no greater mother. Oh, is that your child there? Oh, aren't they just so sweet and tender? Oh, hug the baby, darling, hug the baby. Okay, nice. Now, I feel like I can trust you all, and I have a bit of a confession to make. Before I met you all this evening, I drank a cup of coffee, and, oh man, here we go. The sound of this water is kind of like triggering things in my system, and I really have to pee. I'm not doing it here right in front of you. Are you kidding me? Come on. We're way more classy than that. You're not just going to turn your back. Okay. Do you know what? We're going to take a quick 10-second break, because nature is calling, and I need to respond. Let's take a quick 10-second pause. Let's go back to the backyard. Help yourself to some marshmallows. I will be right back. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, is that marshmallow for me? Oh, thanks. Oh, that's super tasty. Have you all had a chance to have a little snack? All right. Okay. Now it is time for a pop quiz. Those of you that know the answers, let the newbies try to answer first, okay? And if they can't answer, then I'll call on you, all right? All right. So, here's the pop quiz. Listen closely. What is sweeter than a toasty gooey marshmallow? You don't know. You give up already. A baby? A sleeping baby. Oh my goodness, that is so adorable. That is so cute. But what do you feel when you're watching a sleeping baby? You don't know? Okay. Okay. Hit it, Peter. What do we feel? We feel love. You see him making a little heart with his hands? Exactly. Love! Love is sweeter than a toasty gooey marshmallow. And now it is time to experience the love scene of the Tempest. Here we go. This is the very island we were exiled upon, and much is given to fate and luck because this island used to be presided over by an evil witch. This witch was so evil that she imprisoned the very spirits of the island in its trees. Now, listen closely, because this is where it gets confusing, because Shakespeare is sometimes a little bit confusing, alright? So, this is a scene about love. But, if you remember Prospera's mantra, who remembers Prospera's mantra? Pop quiz number 2. Yes! Those who control the narrative controls others. So we think that this is a scene about love, but this is actually a scene about Prospera and her manipulative ways. So, Miranda, Prospera's daughter, who we saw sleeping so peacefully on that boat, is going to fall in love with Ferdinand. And Ferdinand is King Alonso's son. We don't like King Alonso because King Alonso helped boot Prospera out of Milan. But we like Ferdinand because he is our ticket back to Italy. So, and we also remember Ferdinand as the man that leapt off that flaming ship and cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here." Do you remember Ferdinand? Yeah. So, Miranda and Ferdinand are going to fall in love. They're going to get married like ASAP, and then that means the two young lovers and Prospera can return home to Italy and live happily ever after. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, goody, there's 6 of you, which means we are going to do a double cast. We will do this. A cast of swirly twirlies and a cast of these kind of hero masks and a starburst, okay? So, cast swirly twirly, come together. Cast hero starburst, come together. Now, who wants to be Miranda? You don't know? Do you want to be? Oh, yes you do. You say what you want and you claim that. Miranda, it is. Who would like to be Miranda over here? Newbie, would you like to be Miranda? Yes, you do! Congratulations, you are Miranda. Now, Miranda, who would you like to fall in love with? This fellow showing off their magical skills, or this fellow listening attentively to you? I knew it. We love a tender gentleman. And now, Miranda, who would you like to fall in love with? A swirly twirly? Or another swirly twirly? Boots it is. Congratulations, Boots. Which means, you there? You are going to be Prospera. My manipulative, exiled former duke. And you are going to be Prospera as well. Now let's set this scene. Alright. My Mirandas are hiding behind this tree. My Ferdinands are center stage. And my Prosperas are spying creepily upon this young couple behind this tree. I'm going to direct you, alright? You guys are hiding behind that tree, and you're spying on the young couple. There we go. Okay. So, Ferdinand, when the curtains open, you're doing like prince poses, you're flexing your muscles, maybe you're combing your hair, maybe you're doing like a CrossFit workout. I don't know what princes do, but they do like, I don't know, like super macho-y, masculine things. So, the curtains open. Ferdinand is being super duper macho. Prospera. is giggling to herself, spying on the young couple. Ha 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 ha. And Miranda, our darling Miranda, peeks from behind her tree, spies upon Ferdinand, and says, "Oh, what is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about! I might call him a thing divine if nothing natural I ever saw so noble." And she steps out from behind her tree. Ferdinand gazes upon Miranda and is overcome by her beauty, and he says, "Oh, dudes, the goddess on whom the heirs attend. Oh, you wonder if you be a maid or no?" And Miranda responds, "Oh, no wonder, sir, but certainly a maid." Ferdinand, "Oh, heavens, my language! Myself am Naples, whom with my eyes not since ebbed beheld the king my father Rakata." Good, and freeze. So, what we just discovered here was Miranda's like, "OMG, you're super cute. I think I like you a lot." And then Ferdinand is like, "Oh, you speak Italian, I speak Italian. I'm a representative of Naples, and boo-hoo, I think my dad is dead." And now, Prospera peeks from behind her tree and she says, because her mama bear instincts are kicking in and she's realizing that her daughter is flirting with this young and handsome man, and you're kind of feeling a little protective of her, you know? So you're like, "I'm going to have none of this flirtation on my isle." You come out from under your tree and you say, "Excuse me, Ferdinand." And Ferdinand is like, "Cha?" And you're like this, "A word, good sir, for I fear you have done yourself some wrong, a word." And then Prospera proceeds to accuse Ferdinand of coming to this island to kick her off, and Miranda gets in between the two of them and is like this, Mama, stop it, please, you're embarrassing me. Ferdinand is super cute and I like him a lot, come on." And then, oh dear, and then Ferdinand is kind of like, you don't have to defend me, Miranda, man." And then Ferdinand is like this, "Dudes, this is the only way I know how to react to things. It is sword time." Ferdinand, grab your sword. Miranda, back away in fear. And Prospera, give us an evil cackle. Because you know your magical staff is magic, and you know that you can defeat a sword. And so you point your staff at Ferdinand and you say, "Ahem. Draw thy weapon, traitor, for I shall disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop." And now you guys fight. Gsh, gsh, gsh. And look at that, the magic works. And Prospera, you throw your hands into the air, you give us an evil cackle, Wah-ha-ha-ha! And you say, "Thy nerves are in their infancy and have no vigor in them." So basically now, Ferdinand, you have lost. I am so sorry. You are now in Prospera's employ, and Prospera is going to say, "You there, my unpaid intern, tidy up my backyard." And so Prospera, you go back into hiding behind your tree. Ferdinand, start tidying up this backyard. And now Miranda, it is your opportune moment to go and distract the apple of your eye. So go distract your Ferdinand. Miranda approaches Ferdinand and says, "Yoo-hoo, oh Ferdinand." And Ferdinand freezes and is like this, "Cha?" And then Miranda says, "Oh Ferdinand, I would like to be your wife." And Ferdinand is like, "Cool." And then Miranda's like, "Does this mean we're engaged?" And Ferdinand is like, "Totally, dudes. So congratulations to the young couple. You are engaged. And congratulations, Prospera. Your manipulative plan worked, and soon you'll be going home to Italy." Fabulous. Let's do a talk and walk. Follow me. Meanwhile, on the other side of the island, the dukes and the lords have escaped the Tempest, and they are wandering the desolate land. King Alonso is there, and he is crying like a little baby because he thinks his son Ferdinand has perished. And you there, you are going to be King Alonso. There we go. And Antonio is there as well, my evil brother. And you there, you are going to be representative of Antonio, your evil brother, and that means that they are, where's my Miranda? And that means that it is your evil Zio Antonio. Do you know that Zio means uncle in Italian, right? Yes, now you do. So your evil uncle. Now all of you forge on ahead because King Alonso, your crew is hungry. Your crew is tired. Your crew is sopping wet and they are grumpy. And you know, the only way for your crew to do anything is if they are well fed. So forge on ahead. Find nourishment. Find food. Find snacks. All of you. Go on ahead. I'll be right behind you. Go on ahead.
What are you doing eating my food? No one invited you here. You are men of sin, and on this island, lingering perdition worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend to you and your ways, whose rest to guard you from, which here, on this most desolate isle, falls upon orphans, nothing but heart sorrow. For it is my business that you from Milan did supplant good Prospera. Oh, I totally pulled your tails there. Just me, Haley. What do you think of this costume? I know, it was just sitting on the rack and I was like, I gotta try this thing on, right? But from the words of Prospera, I have to say, bravely the fear of this harpy thou performed my burial. A grace it did so devouring, and leaving enemies all lit up in their distressions. That's you, you're my enemies. And they are in power, and leave you in these fits while I visit Ferdinand, whom you all believe is drowned, oh hoo-hoo, and his and mine darling Merida. Now, shall we get out of this crummy weather and go have a wedding celebration? All right, let's forge on ahead.
Oh, all is well that ends well. Oops, wrong play. Okay, I have to say, I think those dukes and lords peed themselves out of fright. Too bad they didn't have that pot from my boat, hey? Now, let me get you guys situated, because these little ruffles are not doing it for this scene. There we go. Oh. There we go. And there we go. So now gather round. Because, oh, wait a second. What are you doing with a flower crown on? There we go. So, gather round, gather round, gather round, gather round. Now, the young couple, Ferdinand and Miranda, are about to be wed. Oh, goody. And, oh, Prospera, I need your magical staff. Oh, dear. There we go. There you are. Were you Prospera? No, pass it to Prospera. Who was Prospera? You are Prospera. You're Prospera. Everybody's Prospera. Wait, there's so many staffs. Oh, dear. Okay, so, Miranda, your mom, Prospera, agreed to be the officiant of your wedding. Oh, goody. And that means Prospera has a little vanity of her arts, a little je ne sais quoi hidden up her sleeve for your wedding gift. She is going to get the island spirits to disguise themselves as goddesses to bless the young couple. Which means, okay, you there. Would you be willing to be a goddess? You're going to be a goddess, and you two will be goddesses as well. Or do you guys want to get married? Oh, they want to get married? Okay, alright. I have never done a double wedding before. This is a first. I am so very excited. Alright, that means that you're a Ferdinand. You are a Miranda. Ooh, I have never done this. That means that you, goddess, you have a very hard job, because you now have to bless two couples at the same time. Can you handle it? Okay, good. And that means, Prospera, you are the officiant for 2 sets of daughters, I guess? Weird, all of a sudden, Miranda and Miranda, I don't know what's going on, they're making out, what is going on? Okay, there's always some moment where one of these shows go just like off the rails, and this is the moment! Alright, follow me. Okay, so I am going to sing the Song of Iris, the Rainbow Messenger. And that means you, Prospera, are going to waltz down the aisle and get into your officiant position, which is right smack in the middle of that arch. Are you ready? Everybody, watch Prospera walk down the aisle. 5, 6, 7, 8. You nymphs called naiads of the winds, ring brooks with your sedged crowns and your ever-harmless looks. Leave your crisp channels and on this green land. Answer our summons, Juno does command. Come, temperate nymphs, it's time to celebrate. A contract of true love can never be too late. Now, Miranda's walk down the aisle. That's you, you're a Miranda. Walk down the aisle, darling. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Good. And now, my goddess, on standby. You are going to waltz down this aisle and give Miranda the blessing from Juno, and Juno is the goddess of family and marriage. Are you ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Honor, riches, marriage, blessings, long continuance, increasing hourly joy still be upon you. Juno sings her blessings upon you. Good. And now, Juno, you there, goddess. You're going to switch roles, and now you're going to become the goddess of Ceres. And you're going to give everybody a fertility agriculture dance in just a second. Ferdinand, you're on standby. You are going to walk down this aisle, and you are going to hold hands with your Miranda. Are you ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Earths increase, foys in plenty, barns and garners, never empty vines, in clustering bunches, growing plants so goodly, birthing, bowing, spring come to you. At the farthest in the very end of harvest, scarcity and want shall shun you. Ceres' blessing is so on you. Now, to our goddess, congratulations. That was a beautiful job blessing everybody. And we have one final ritual. Prospera, I have to ask you an important question. Are you ready to officiate not 1, but 2 weddings? We're going to polish that mask, get you all tidied up for this new day. And now, Miranda, do you take Ferdinand to be your spirit? She does! And over here, Miranda, do you take Ferdinand to be your spirit? Oh, goody, she does! And over here, Ferdinand, do you take Miranda to be your spirit? Good! And then over here, Ferdinand, you're making out with Miranda. I will say that that is an I do. Ah, brilliant. Congratulations to all these beautiful young couples. I feel the love. This blessing we have returned, and all has been made right through marriage. Now Prospera gives up her magic to return home to Milan. And sadly, now so too I must leave you. But before I go, I have to say one thing to you. Thank you so much for being here. I exist solely because of you. If there is no audience, there is no show. So thank you for being here. Because of you, I exist. Pretty cool, huh? Now, before we must part from this illusion, shall we have one... Oh, whoa, one last ritual. I feel that there is something wicked about to happen. Follow my hand gestures into this last ritual. Our revels now are ended. Those are actors were all spirits and have melted into air, into thin air. Like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, and the great globe itself, all which it inherits shall dissolve. Like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. For we are such stuff as dreams are made of, and in this little life, we are rounded in a sleep. Now, let's party around this fire before we must part from this illusion! Cool. I think it is time to do a couple of shout-outs. We have to give a good shout-out to our... who are we giving a shout-out to? Prospera! Our officiant, aficionado. Good job. Take a bow. Give Prospera some snaps. And over here, our goddess, who was not one, not two, but 3 different goddesses all in one package. Congratulations, you are phenomenal. And to our Mirandas. Take a bow, Miranda! You brilliant, adorable little cutie pies. And to our Ferdinand, our princes. Congratulations. Great show. Phenomenal acting. Boots. Peter, it is so good to have you back. You audience and spirits that have been in my charge, I free you to the elements and fare thou well. Thank you so much.
Welcome back. Thank you for realizing this production. May we wish you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious that exit, it's bright white. Can't miss it.